Welcome back, everyone, to another episode.
Another episode of the Nitty Gritty.
The Nitty Gritty.
You know, I feel a little guilty about this podcast. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I feel like I'm not actually working. Because it's so fun.
No,
I
agree.
It's like I just get to sit and chat with my friend, with my mom friend, but it's actually work. This is for work. I'm working, but I really enjoy it.
I do too. And I also feel like it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, ultimately for our work, that's even better.
I know. It's like the best of all the worlds.
Yep, I agree.
Because I feel like there's more than two, so I can't say like both worlds. It's like all the worlds.
All the worlds. Yeah. Our mom life, our friendship life, our work life.
Yeah. And there's probably some more in there.
And then you guys get to enjoy us.
That's right. You get to come along for the ride that is us.
Yes, exactly. So how was your weekend?
It was good. It was super busy. Got a lot accomplished. It rained all day on Saturday. Obviously, you know that. It's so funny to me when people have to tell you what the weather was like over the weekend when you all live in the same place.
Like, as you know,
it rained all day. And I'm like, it did.
You're like, yeah. I experienced that
I was
too.
there in Albany as well. But yeah, so, just a lot of inside stuff. We spent some time outside on Sunday when it was rainy, but it wasn't too bad. And it's kind of like, you stay inside and let the kids drive you crazy. Yeah. Or you go outside and you get a little bit wet, but everybody still has their sanity.
Yep, I agree.
So how was yours?
Well, as you know, I spent all of Saturday with 6 9-year-olds and 8 9-year-olds and 1 4-year-old.
That's a day.
It was. And
that's a day. You should have a medal.
For real. I played chauffeur. And we went and played laser tag.
So fun.
And it was about 30-ish minutes away, you know, 30, 45,
30,
you know.
30, 45.
I got it out eventually.
Yeah, it's fine. Cool.
My brain is still recovering.
I would still be down too.
And man, that many boys. There was one girl, but
yeah, that's a lot of boy.
There was a lot.
In a small space too, where you're trapped with them.
Yeah. A lot of fart talk.
Oh.
A lot.
What is boys? What is that? Why?
I don't know. And I'm one of those people. I grew up in a household where we didn't fart.
Same. That was not acceptable in my house.
I literally I'm sorry, my dad doesn't listen to this, but I just heard my dad toot for the first time. Like,
were you shocked?
He got up and it was like, like an old person farts, like on accident, and they're like, oh, like, oh. He looked back at me in horror, like, oh my God, she finally heard it.
35 years later,
she finally heard
the secret's out. The secret's out.
But yeah, so I grew up in a house where that's like not acceptable.
No, it's private.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go to your room or the bathroom.
But my kids came out and they were like, my goal is to fart on my brother's face. Knox literally farted on Ace's face this morning.
Graham laughs every time he toots.
Yeah.
Every time he's like,
accomplished.
So with himself. Like, I mean, Belle does too. I'm not saying she does. She also thinks it's hilarious.
I am very adverse to it. I don't like it at all. And Cole's like, I think like when I'm not around, he's a lot more proud of it.
Did you hear that? Like, oh yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
As you may have heard over the years, people talk about you can light a fart.
You did not.
Not me.
Oh.
Absolutely not. Ever. First of all, that's a fire hazard.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And second of all, I didn't think that was a real thing. I thought it was like a ha-ha, until I met my husband's family. No. And one of them lit a toot in front of me.
On fire?
You guys, I can't.
Why?
It's a real thing. It happens. People
Was
do
it like in the movies where it's like, whoosh?
Yes. And then like the flame was like, my mind was blown. I was like, what? It's real? Because they would always tell me. I'm
So
like,
wait,
yeah.
whoa. We need to back up the soul train here for a second.
Okay.
What kind of
do you need to
function
know?
was this at?
It was a gathering.
A family gathering? Like,
well, not with parents.
Okay.
And there was also drinking involved.
Okay. Now we get down
and the
to
person
the
who
root
did
of
it, I'm not gonna say who
I
it was.
I already know who it is.
But the person, I don't think you do. I'm not gonna tell you on here, but I'll tell you after. I don't think you do.
I'm gonna mouth it to you.
Yes.
I told you I knew.
We gotta unpack that later. Anyway, it was quite a surprise. Quite a surprise having come from a household like we did.
Yeah.
To that.
Yeah. I mean, that does sound like something like in high school they would have done.
Yeah, we were not in high school at this time. We were all grown adults. Some of us in our 30s. Yeah.
Oh my.
Anywho.
Yes. So there was none of that happening.
Yeah. It's coming.
Oh.
It's coming.
Jeez. I hope
it's
not.
only a matter of time.
I hope not.
Yeah.
But no, so they did it. They had fun. I am still alive.
Good. Congratulations.
I was able to just like, okay, I just need to turn off my ears.
Tune
and
out.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy too? In the rain, I'm an anxious driver.
Yeah, I don't enjoy driving, especially on the freeway in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to do those things with all of those kids, it was my
like peak anxiety.
Yeah, I was.
It's like one of those moments where you
buzzed.
wish, like, gosh, I wish there was somebody else to do this for me, but oh wait, I'm the adult here.
I know. My brain was pretty fried at the end. I just said buzzed, but I meant like I wasn't like actually buzzed. My brain was
not.
like
fuzzy,
yeah,
vibrating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was my weekend. I'm glad it's over with.
Yeah. Amen.
I'm glad
it's
over with. Yes.
Cheers to you.
Thank you.
I don't ever want to do that.
I'm like,
I don't want to do that.
Knox, you need to figure out something different for next year. So.
Being in the car with my own 2 kids is anxiety inducing enough, but to add more kids to that mix, no. No.
Yeah, but the rest of the kids were pretty good, so they're just loud.
Yeah,
they're just loud.
Loud kids, boys.
Yeah,
you know.
And we, like I said, we took them to play laser tag. On the way home, they were pretty quiet.
Oh, were they?
Oh, yeah, because they were
exhausted. Well, at least it wasn't the opposite where they were like spun out, like.
Well, yeah, because I thought, we took them for pizza and had some dessert too, and I thought like, oh
yeah, I'm gonna pay for this later. Yeah,
but luckily, and I got to send them all home. That was the nice thing.
Get out.
If they were to like stay the night,
no,
thank you.
Yeah, it's too far. It's too far for me.
Yeah,
I would be barely clinging on.
I know. I agree. So, but yeah. So you want to talk about what we're going to talk about today?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's roll it out.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
So we are going to share funny teacher stories. Yes. So you have funny teacher stories, right? Yeah. And I have funny stories about teachers.
Okay. Yeah. So mine are like student centric.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. It's a nice balance.
Yes. I mean, I related to this one because my husband is a teacher, as you know.
God bless him.
Oh my
And
gosh.
all the teachers.
I have such a funny story for you. I forgot to tell you this.
Tell me.
So in the car. Okay. So my husband is a math teacher.
Yeah.
And
a vexillologist.
Yes. Someone who studies flags.
Yeah.
Anyways, one of the classes he teaches is financial algebra.
Yes.
Right. So he teaches kids about budgeting and loans and how all of that works. You know, a lot of things that are really applicable for everyday life as you're an adult. Yeah. You know. Yep. And it's a really great class. My goodness.
Really good class.
I clearly did not take English. But and this is just to show that your kids are always listening to you.
Oh,
they're always, as much as we like to think that they're not.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
So we're
Yeah.
in the car on the way up, you know, with all these kids, you know, and Knox Knox goes, raise your hand if you're never getting a loan. And I'm like, what?
What? Did he just say loan?
Well, I thought he meant alone. If you're never
like you're never gonna be alone.
never be alone. Yeah. And I was like, is he talking about the show?
He doesn't watch that.
He does watch it, but
he watches that.
But I'm like, what? And then I realized he's talking about alone. And I was and then one kid's like, well, I might get one for college. And I'm like, hey, how
do you even know that?
Yeah. And I'm
Which that's a credit to parents.
Yeah.
You know, I really appreciate that.
And Knox was like, I'm never getting one. And And I'm like, I mean, that's good. I'm glad that you don't ever want to get a loan.
Yeah, good for you.
But I'm like, yo, bro.
Good luck buying a house.
Yeah.
Or a car.
I'm like, Knox, I had a loan for school. And he was like, what? I'm like,
you just have to learn how to responsibly pay it off, man.
Yeah. I mean, Cole's very loan adverse, but.
Well, yeah, of course. And I mean,
But we have a home loan. I mean, like, come on.
Exactly. Like, you will have at least a loan in your life.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Unless he's going to live with you guys until he's 50 and has enough money to buy a house outright cash.
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. No, good for Cole, though. I appreciate that he teaches a class like that because we didn't have anything like that offered in Pendleton.
No, same.
And, thankfully, my mom talked to me a lot about this stuff growing up. And I had maybe at times an unhealthy fear of money, like spending money and
time
and credit cards. I am getting better. Okay. I'm getting better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't cry at the cash register anymore when I buy groceries. So I've come a long way.
Yeah.
All right.
Very true.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very happy that it is an option as well. And there's several times we'll be at, a store of some sort. Like we went to what's that, like, Western store where you buy like feed and stuff.
Coastal?
Yeah, Coastal Farm. We were there. We were at Coastal Farm and he saw one of his old students and he's like, Mr. Boya, I'm maxing out my 401k every month. And Cole's like, that's awesome.
Oh, I thought he meant I thought you were gonna say he was maxing out his credit card.
Oh,
just
no,
to mess
no,
with him,
no,
to mess with him.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
yeah.
No. And then we went to, just the other day, we went to Dutch Brothers, which is or Dutch Bros, sorry, it's not Brothers, it's Dutch Bros.
Dutch Bros.
Which is
bros.
coffee. If you're not familiar, West Coast, it's a coffee
now.
stand.
You can buy some stock.
Yeah, just true.
Yeah.
But his student was working. His current student was working and was like, I thought you didn't believe in this type of frivolous spending.
Oh.
And Cole's like,
That's funny.
We can afford it. We budgeted it. We can afford it.
It's in the monthly budget.
Yeah.
Kid.
But, yeah. So, I mean, it is good
that.
to see students actually
listened and are applying that to real life.
Yeah, exactly.
God bless teachers. It's not a job for everyone.
Man, I thought at one time I wanted to be
no. That would be not good.
And now I'm like,
made the right choice. Made the right choice.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right.
So you want to start or you want me to start?
I'm going to start.
Okay.
And then you go. We'll kind of go every other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So this is mine are just little short, funny little snippets I found. This one says, during my 8th grade sex education class, no one can answer the question, what happens to a young woman during puberty? So I rephrased it. What happens to young women as they mature? One student answered, they start to carry a purse.
That's where I carry my puberty.
It's also true.
Yeah.
Girls start carrying purses as they get older.
Mm-hmm. What site is this from, by the way?
BuzzFeed.
It is from BuzzFeed.
My go-to.
Yeah, mine's from BuzzFeed as well.
Okay.
Thank you, BuzzFeed.
Yeah, thank you, BuzzFeed. Sponsor us.
So this one, once again, this is about weird teachers, essentially.
I like it. I love a weird teacher. I love a weird person.
Oh yeah, I mean, I married one, so
even better.
One time, my AP US history teacher was in the middle of a lecture on the Reconstruction after the Civil War when she looked down at the scarf she was wearing and pulled out a single Cheeto and said, "Ooh, a Cheeto," as if she had struck gold, and then just continued to teach.
Didn't acknowledge it, just like,
ooh, a Cheeto. I mean,
that's pretty awesome.
I'm pretty
I feel
sure
like I would do that.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm like, yes. I don't know that I'd say it out loud.
Oh,
but I would be ecstatic.
But if you look down and there's an exposed Cheeto, you're not
You
gonna
feel like you
pull it
should
out?
acknowledge
You
it.
have to.
You do?
Oh,
I don't know. I'd maybe like
100%.
turn around and like,
Oh no, I would just be like, ooh, yeah,
Cheetah, yeah. Anybody else want one?
yeah, exactly. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. And the next one I've got is walking through the hallways at our middle school. I saw a new substitute teacher standing outside his classroom with his forehead against a locker. I heard him mutter, "How did you get yourself into this?" Knowing he was assigned to a difficult class, I tried to offer moral support. "Are you okay?" I asked. "Can I help?" He lifted his head and replied, "I'll be fine as soon as I can get this kid out of his locker." There was a kid in the locker. He wasn't banging his head on the
no.
locker like, "Oh my, why did I do this?" There was literally a kid inside the locker who he was asking, "How did you get yourself into this?"
Oh my goodness.
I thought that was pretty good.
But why do they make them so large?
I don't know. Well, I mean, you lugged around a backpack with like 8 textbooks in
That
it
is
on a
true.
Monday when you had all your classes.
That is true.
And you had to bring every book you own.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be room for that.
That is true. That
Gotta
is
be
true.
room for that.
I will give you that. So mine is I had a teacher in high school who straight up used a small water gun on kids who fell asleep in class.
What? Oh, that's awesome.
If any of my professors in college had this, I would be soaking wet
You'd
every
be
day.
drenched. Well, I mean, we live in the valley. You're drenched every day walking to class.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But man, I slept
like a dog or a cat.
Yeah, exactly. I mastered, and people would be like sitting there looking at me in awe because I would like have my head up against the wall asleep, and the teacher would start talking or change the new slide. I'd open up one eye, take notes, and then close it back.
Oh, that's impressive.
It was.
Not me.
But I was working until like midnight every night and then
Yeah.
getting up for class. So, I mean,
No, I mean, I did the same,
when
but I was
supposed
always
to?
like too scared of like drooling.
Oh, I
or,
totally
like,
did
doing
that.
something embarrassing. And I'm like, nah, I can't take that chance. I can't take that chance.
yeah.
I had, so about the water gun squirting, I had a teacher in middle school, 8th grade. He was a history teacher. And he was an older guy. His son also worked at the school. I think he retired a few years after I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he would carry around, you know those long erasers, the thick blackboard erasers?
Yeah.
He would carry one of those around. And if somebody was being an idiot or
Did he slap it on their desk?
No, back of the head.
Oh,
Just
seriously?
a boom, back of the head. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. That's the stuff you can't get away with anymore. But yeah, that was, it was fun because he never did it to me because I was always a very perfect student. But I enjoyed watching other kids.
Perfect.
I was, but I enjoyed watching other kids get smacked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my hair stuck to the microphone there. Did you see that? That's aggressive. Okay. This is a question that was on an exam. Why are there rings on Saturn? And the student says, because God liked it, so he put a ring on it. The teacher responds in red pen, Saturn was not underlined a single lady. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. You're welcome.
That's hilarious.
You're
I mean,
welcome.
I appreciate
I love a
someone's-
teacher with humor.
Well, I like a student with humor.
Yeah, exactly. Both. They can have fun together. I was
Yeah.
trying to think about it, and I was like, I don't really know I can't think of one of my teachers that I would have felt comfortable to like be a smart aleck about a response on my test and hope that I got away with it.
All my teachers.
No.
All my teachers.
No.
So mine is one time during silent reading in art history, my teacher, who had a thick German accent, jumped up from his desk and yelled, "Guys, my cats!" and then ran out the door with no further explanation and didn't return for 45 minutes.
What? Did he explain when he came back? That's all we have?
That's all we have.
That is unacceptable. I need to know more.
Maybe he forgot to feed his cats.
No, you don't. Your cats will be fine for a day. I'm an animal lover.
I don't know. I
But
don't have
you
cats.
can't leave in the middle of class to go feed your cats.
Well, it was also art history. So I'm assuming that's college.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So,
All
I
right.
mean,
The fact that they were still there waiting for him, though,
that is impressive.
most kids.
Maybe it was a
walking out.
test.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Maybe it was a test. Yeah.
Interesting. I want to meet this teacher. Teacher who jumped up and said, "Where my cats?"
Guys, my cats.
Will you reach out to us, please?
Yes,
I
thank
wanna talk to
you.
you.
We need to know.
All right. So my last one that I found on the internet, and then I have a couple of my personal stories.
Okay.
You
got to make it quick though.
Okay. There was a teacher who was tired of having their pencils stolen. So they had some pencils made that say, "I want to marry Justin Bieber" on them. So if you try to steal this teacher's pencil, everybody's going to think you're a Justin Bieber lover. So
that's hilarious.
Yes, steal at your own risk.
Oh man, pencils are a hot topic.
A hot commodity.
Hot commodity, hot topic. Students never have enough pencils.
I'm not a pencil lover.
I'm not either, but if they come to class with nothing,
it's true.
What do you do?
Yeah, I get it.
And pencils are a lot cheaper.
Somebody else breaks one of theirs in half for you and you go sharpen it. That's a good friend. That's a good friend.
Oh, I'm not sure which last one I'm going to use. We'll do this one.
Okay.
During an A level, I don't know what A level is.
I don't either.
Lesson, my teacher was struggling to draw a bird's wings to illustrate mechanics. He suddenly cleaned the blackboard and left the classroom without saying a word. A couple of minutes later, he returned holding a live chicken, no idea where he got it, and proceeded with the lesson as if nothing odd was happening.
What?
Yeah. Just
walk out, guys. Come back in with your chicken, and you're not even going to acknowledge it?
Yeah, here's my chicken.
That's interesting.
It is.
I also need to talk to that teacher.
You know, I think just, man, teachers, especially because they're doing the job for like 30 years.
I know. Yeah. They're in
something
it forever.
like that. They're in it forever. I mean, obviously not every person who's a teacher stays a teacher, but usually they're in it for the long haul. And man, I think they just start to lose it a little bit.
Well, you know, if I were a teacher, I would too. And I actually, you probably come to a point where you're like, I gotta have some fun with this.
Oh, most definitely.
And especially if you're teaching older students, like high school, college, you can, college, you can get away with a lot more as far as like your humor and stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
I saw some stuff I wasn't going to share on here that was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
When I was searching. Okay, so just a couple of my personal stories really quickly. So in 5th grade, I had this teacher and I loved her. We all loved her. She was amazing. Mrs. Gummock, you're the best. But I had a pet rat at the time.
Gross.
Oh, he was so cute. Rats are smart. They are so smart. Spot.
Absolutely not.
Was amazing. R.I.P. Spot got like 20 tumors when it was like 2. But anyway, I don't know how or who or why we came up with it, but on April Fool's Day, we decided that I would bring my rat to class and put it in my teacher's drawer. Because she had a drawer that she would
the
pull.
perfect student.
I know.
A live animal.
She loved me so dearly. Anyway.
So
she might think otherwise. I think she loved me. Anyway, she had the bottom drawer of her desk. She always kept a giant bag of Jolly Ranchers, and she would toss out Jolly Ranchers for, doing a good job or answer a question right or whatever. Yeah. And so I put it down there because I knew she'd be getting into that drawer for sure. And
was he in a cage?
No, he was just loose in there. She was fine.
Gross.
He was fine.
No.
So she opened the drawer a couple of times and nothing. And I'm like, really? Nothing? And then later she opened the middle drawer of her desk.
Oh, Spot
and he
had gone.
crawled up into the middle drawer and she screamed and cried and ran out of the classroom. I felt awful.
Oh my goodness.
I felt terrible. It wasn't supposed to be like that. You can tell the difference between a domesticated rat and a street rat. Like, they're not the same.
That just reminds me of Aladdin. I'm sorry.
A street rat. No, a street rat is like, they're like gray, right? Or darker colored. A domesticated rat that you get at a pet store is always like white with brown spots on it. It's like classic.
Yeah. So I will bring a mouse
pet rat
to work, and
I'm not scared of mice. They're dirty. I don't like that, but I'm not scared of them.
Okay, I'm gonna bring a spider.
No.
So explain to me the difference there.
Because a domesticated rat is harmless. It's just this cute little.
Okay, but
baby.
It's not wearing clothes and saying, hello, miss. Come on.
Whatever.
A rat is a rat.
No.
And people are scared.
A rat is not a rat. A rat is not a rat.
Oh my gosh.
Street rat, domesticated rat.
I know that I am in the majority here. So
we'll see what everybody says.
Yeah, our 5 listeners.
Okay, moving on. Last one, super quick. Same classroom, substitute teacher.
Oh, thank goodness.
Not a nice one.
Miss Hemlock or whatever her name was.
Gunlock.
Gunlock.
Miss Hemlock. So the substitute was not a beloved substitute. We had all had her at some point or another. I don't even remember her name, but she definitely was one that we did not enjoy.
Only like 2 in Pendleton.
But anyway, one day when we came back in from recess, one of the kids in our class hid in there was a big box kind of tucked into like a closet, an open closet area by the door to the classroom that we kept like extra like dodgeballs and stuff like that in. Like if we were to go out on the playground, not in recess or whatever. And he hid in that box for like an hour or more. And she was looking for him, trying to figure out where he was. And when she discovered where he was,
my gosh.
She was angry.
Oh, I would have been
angry. And it was like terrifying. And I kind of kicked back like, wow, I enjoyed that. But I'm glad I'm not the one that's in trouble because I think he got suspended.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I would suspend the child as well.
So anyway, Casey, he turned out to be a good person. I
want to go back to the rat story though, real quick.
Why?
Did you apologize to Miss Hemlock? Gunlock?
I don't remember. It's been so many years ago. I was 5th grade. I was 11.
You know what though?
What?
I
am friends with her on Facebook. I can see if she remembers.
I had a teacher.
Yeah.
Who I deeply disliked.
Oh.
This was in 8th grade.
Okay.
And I had to work with her later on in life. And I know.
Did you deeply dislike her later in life too?
Oh, my dislike is still there for her.
Oh.
But
Ooh.
I went up to her because I do know that we were a bit mean to her.
Mm.
And I apologized to her.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
And?
As like a 30-year-old woman.
How was that received?
I think she didn't quite remember me.
Which is good.
But
still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would have to think
she's fully retired now. So.
I would have to think on some level she appreciated that. She appreciated you acknowledging that.
It was very awkward to do, but I felt like I needed to get it done. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I would feel the same. If I were in that situation, I'd feel the same.
Yeah. So to all of you out there,
apologize to your teacher.
Apologize to your teacher.
I'll reach out to Mrs. Gunlock on Facebook and
she won't.
I might.
Might think about it.
If she doesn't remember it, I don't want to remind her of it.
She's going to remember the rat in her desk.
Her son and I actually went to college together.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty funny.
You should at least tell him.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, that is all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
So thank you guys again for tuning in and listening to our crazy life and antics and parenting.
All the above. Also, if you ever have anything, any topics you want us to cover, any ideas, throw it at us. We'd love to do it.
Happy to cover it.
Happy to cover it.
Yes.
Never ending content in motherhood, parenthood.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you guys. Tune in next week and we'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Bye. Bye.